Exercise 6.2, question number 1 is show that the function given by f of x equal to 3x plus 17 is strictly increasing on R. So we will start with the function is f of x equal to 3x plus 17. First we will choose two elements from R because we have to check on R. So we are taking let x1 and x2 belongs to R such that one is less than the other. Suppose x1 is less than x2. So we will start with x1 less than x2. Okay. And we will reach this type of function. That means both sides first we will multiply with 3 so that it will become 3x1, 3x2 and then we will add 17 on both sides. So first we are multiplying with 3 and this won't change the inequality sign. So 3x1 is equal to, is less than 3x2. Now we will just add 17 on both sides. Again, no change in the inequality will give you 3x1 plus 17 is less than 3x2 plus 17. And what is this 3x1 plus 17? Since f of x is 3x plus 17, 3x1 plus 17 will be f of x1. And this is less than f of x2. So from where we have started, x1 is less than x2 and we reached f of x1 is less than f of x2. That means the function f of x is strictly increasing on R because we have taken any general elements from R. Okay. So the second question is show that the function given by f of x equal to e raised to 2x is strictly increasing on R. The function is f of x equal to e raised to 2x. Now for e raised to 2x, your derivative, if you are taking derivative, will be f dash of x is equal to e raised to 2x into derivative of 2x will give you 2. So it is 2 e raised to 2x. Now we cannot directly say that it is greater than 0, therefore the function is strictly increasing. So what we are doing is, again we have to show that on R we are breaking x, that is the total interval, into three things, that is if this is 0, minus infinity, plus infinity, we are checking from this to this, that is when x is less than 0, when x is greater than 0 and at the point when x is equal to 0. Okay, for all the three cases we are showing that the function, that is the derivative, will be greater than 0. Then only we can say that it is strictly increasing on R total. Okay, so first we are just breaking it into, if you are taking x equal to 0, what will be the case? F dash of x will become 2 e raised to 0 and e raised to 0 you will get 1, so it is 2 and 2 is every time greater than 0. So at x equal to 0 you can say that the function is strictly increasing. Now if you take the case x is greater than 0. For x greater than 0, the function is f dash of x is equal to 2 e raised to 2x. And what is the definition of e raised to x? 1 plus x by 1 factorial plus x square by 2 factorial plus etc. it will go, right? So here if I use that definition of e raised to x, I will get 2 into e raised to x is this, means e raised to 2x will be replace x with 2x. So you will get 1 plus 2x by 1 factorial plus 2x the whole square by 2 factorial plus etc. Like this it will go. Now what we have taken as x is greater than 0. That means 2x will be greater than 0. That is, this term is greater than 0, positive. Again this term will be positive. All the terms which is having x will be positive only. So that 2 into a positive quantity will give you positive only. Positive means greater than 0. So you are getting f dash of x is greater than 0 when you have taken x is greater than 0. So this much of part you have proved. Now the case is x is less than 0. When x is less than 0, I am just taking let x be a negative quantity. Okay. Now again I am going for f dash of x, which is 2 e raised to 2x. Replacing x with minus y, you will get 2 e raised to minus 2y, correct? Again e raised to minus x is same as 1 by e raised to x. So that I can write this as 2 into 1 by e raised to 2y, in order to make the power positive. Okay. Now I am applying again the definition of e raised to x for e raised to 2y. Now you just see y will be positive. Negative of y is giving you that x to be negative, but this y term is positive. so that e raised to 2y, this 2y will also be positive. Now applying this will give you again 2 into, in the denominator you will get, or you can say 2 by you will get, right? 2 divided by, what you will get, 1 plus 2y by 1 factorial plus 2y the whole square by 2 factorial plus etc. Again, as earlier, we can say that this term is positive, this term is positive. So 2 divided by 2 is positive, divided by a positive quantity will give you again a positive quantity. That means f dash of x is here also greater than 0. So in all the three cases, that is combining the three cases, therefore f is strictly increasing. Whatever be the value of x, you are getting it to be greater than 0. Which one? F dash of x. Therefore, the function is strictly increasing for all x belongs to R. For any x, if you take, you are getting it to be greater than 0. Only f dash of x greater than 0. Therefore, the function is strictly increasing. So, question number 3 is, show that the function given by f of x equal to sine x is, first one, strictly increasing in this interval, open interval 0 pi by 2, strictly decreasing in open interval pi by 2 comma pi, and it is neither increasing nor decreasing in the open interval 0 pi. So first what you have to take is function which is sine x. Now take the derivative of that function. What you will get? Cos x. Okay. Now we will go for the first one, that is you have to check for the interval 0 pi by 2. Again, if I draw like this, that will be easy for you to understand. This, you know that from here it is starting, here it will be pi by 2 angle, and this part it will give you pi, and here 3 pi by 2, again it will reach 2 pi, like this, right? So I will say this is first quadrant, second, third, fourth. Now when they say that in the open interval 0 to pi by 2, that means cos is in the first quadrant. In the first quadrant everything is positive. Every function, trigonometric function is positive in the first quadrant. So that you can say that cos x, since cos x is greater than 0 for all x belongs to 0 pi by 2. That is, for any angle you take for cos, this will give you in between 0 and pi by 2, you will get only a positive quantity. That's why f dash of x, it was f dash of x is greater than 0 for all x in 0 pi by 2, or you can say that it is greater than 0 in the interval this. Therefore, the function is, okay, let it be f belongs to, and function is strictly increasing in the open interval 0 pi by 2. Clear? Now for the second thing, you have to check for pi by 2 pi, that is whether the function is strictly decreasing or increasing in pi by 2 comma pi. Pi by 2 comma pi means it is in the second quadrant, and in the second quadrant cos is negative, right? Because it is all silver. Sine and cosec are positive in the second quadrant, so that you will get cos to be negative. So you can say that since cos x is negative, means is less than 0, or you can write is negative for any x which is belonging to pi by 2 comma pi, that is in the second quadrant. Therefore, f dash of x is less than 0 for any x in pi by 2 comma pi. That is, you can say that the function is strictly decreasing in pi by 2 comma pi. Okay. Now the next thing is third case, which is neither increasing nor decreasing. Since you have got in certain parts of the function is increasing and certain other parts for this interval, when you check this total interval, in certain cases it is increasing, in certain cases it is decreasing. At that time we will say that the function is neither increasing nor decreasing. Okay, since the function is, or you can say since f dash of x is greater than 0 for your x in 0 pi by 2 and f dash of x is less than 0 for x in pi by 2 comma pi, that is the function is increasing or strictly increasing in 0 pi by 2 and strictly decreasing in pi by 2 comma pi, we will say that the function is neither increasing nor decreasing. So throughout the interval, if it is happening, that is either increasing or decreasing, then only we will say that the function is in total decreasing or increasing. But if both the things are happening in the same interval, when the interval changes, the concept is changing. That is, it is giving you both increasing as well as decreasing in certain parts, right? So you will say that it is function is neither increasing nor decreasing in this interval, that is 0 to pi, it is neither nor. Question number 4 is find the intervals in which the function f given by f of x equal to 2x square minus 3x is strictly increasing, strictly decreasing. So you have to find out the interval. For that, first purpose is to find out what is the derivative. So when you have a power term, you have to find the derivative. That is the only case. Okay, f dash of x derivative and then equate it to 0 and find the critical points where it is changing. So here what you will get 4x minus 3, correct? Now you will equate this function to 0 so that you will get 4x minus 3 is equal to 0 or x is equal to 3 by 4. Now this 3 by 4 is acting as a critical point. What do you mean by critical point? That is, you are breaking the interval. Again, when the interval is not mentioned in the question, you have to take it to be R. You are checking in set of real numbers. Okay, that's why I have taken minus infinity to infinity, and in between you will have that 3 by 4. This 3 by 4 means either at this point there will be a change, that is in the left side. If it is increasing, it will be decreasing in the other side. If it is decreasing here, it will be increasing in the other side. That is the meaning of critical point. Okay, at this point, the function will have a change, or the derivative will have a change in its sign. So the interval is minus infinity 3 by 4 and 3 by 4 infinity. Now we have to check for 3 by 4 means what you will get. It is somewhat okay, I am breaking it into two intervals. What this will be? Sine of f dash of x. This is nature of the function f of x. This is f dash of x, this is f of x. Okay, here you have minus infinity 3 by 4 and this is 3 by 4 comma infinity. Now you can take any value in between minus infinity and 3 by 4 so that you can check the sign of the function. If I am taking suppose 0, 0 will be in between. So if I am checking for 0, I will get f dash of 0 is, I have to substitute in this function f dash of x, which is 4 into 0 minus 3 negative. So you can say that it is giving you a negative value f dash of, you should not mention the point at which you have checked, you just check it roughly and just mention it that it is giving you a negative sign, that means it is less than 0. So the nature will be f is strictly decreasing. If the functions, that is derivative sign is less than 0, the function is strictly decreasing in that interval. Now if you take another number, suppose 2 or 1, whatever you want, f dash of 2, what you will get? 4 into 2 minus 3, 8 minus 3, again positive you will get only. Whatever value you take, you will get a positive value only. Okay, so that you can say that f dash of x is greater than 0. Therefore, the function is strictly increasing in this interval. In which interval? 3 by 4 infinity. Therefore, conclusion you are writing, f is strictly decreasing. That is, okay, first part is increasing. So you will write A. First part is increasing in the open interval. Again, we have discussed that when strictly increasing is also strictly is there, you have to write it in the open interval. And if it was only increasing, you have to close it. Okay, infinity part will not close. But here, what is that? Increasing part is 3 by 4 comma infinity. And f is strictly decreasing in open minus infinity comma 3 by 4. Understood? When it is strictly is not mentioned in the question, only increasing is asked or decreasing is asked, you have to just change this, put a closed bracket, because at that point the function is continuous and according to the theorem you are getting that. Okay, so this is your conclusion. So the fifth question is, find the intervals in which the function f given by f of x equal to 2x cube minus 3x square minus 36x plus 7 is strictly increasing, strictly decreasing. Again, what you need to do, take the function, find the derivative. What is f dash of x? You will get 6x square minus 6x minus 36, correct? Now you have something in common, 6, so that this will give you x square minus x minus 6. Again, break it into 2, 6 into x minus 3 because both are negative plus 2. So product will give you minus 6 and the sum will give you minus 1. Okay. So now you have to equate this with 0. Equating this with 0 will give you, again 6 cannot be 0, either x minus 3 equal to 0 or x plus 2 equal to 0. That is either x is equal to 3 or it is minus 2. So after finding out these values of x, you have to draw this, you have to show. Okay, again no mentioning of the interval, so you will take minus infinity to infinity, and you have to take in order as in your number line, that is first you have to mark minus 2 then 3. So you have got two values of x, means you have three intervals here, minus infinity, minus 2, 3 and 3 infinity. We are taking only disjoint sets, that's why it is open interval here. Okay, so now we have to take the box which will give you intervals, sign of f dash of x and nature of f of x. Okay, first interval is minus infinity minus 2, 3, 3 infinity. Now we will just check for f dash of any value which is in between these two. So if I am taking minus 3, be careful while taking the value, is it in this interval or not. Okay, f dash of minus 3 means you are substituting in this. I have already told you, you substitute in that where you have all the values which are not deleted. Here I have deleted 6. Since it is positive, it won't have any harm here, but if it is a negative quantity, you will go wrong. Okay, so you take that. So 6 is positive. Okay, anyway this will give you minus 3, you need not calculate, just writing and seeing whether you are getting positive or negative. So here it will be negative, right? This is also giving you negative. So negative into negative will give you positive. This is already positive. So you are getting this is greater than 0. So you can say that in this interval your function value is f dash of x is greater than 0. Okay. So what will be the function's nature? F is strictly increasing in this interval. Okay. Now for the next one, minus 2, 3. Again you take any value f dash of minus 2, 3 means you can substitute 0 also. So in between value you have taken 6 into 0 minus 3 into 0 plus 2. So this will give you positive, this is negative and this is positive. So altogether you are getting a negative sign, right? Equal to negative. That means f dash is giving you less than 0. Sign is less than 0 or negative. So you can say that the function is strictly decreasing in this interval in minus 2, 3. Now take any quantity or any value in between 3 and infinity. Suppose 4. You should not take 3. Okay, it is an open interval. That means 3 is not included in the intervals. Again, minus 2 you should not check. You will get only 0 there. If you are taking derivatives, value will be 0 only. You will not get any sign change. Okay. So f dash of 4 I am taking. So this is 6 into 4 minus 3 into 4 plus 2. Positive. 4 minus 3 positive. 4 plus 2 positive. That means total positive. That is, it is greater than 0. Therefore, here you will write greater than 0. That is, the function is strictly increasing. So what will be your last conclusion? First question is strictly increasing interval you have to take. So first option A is f is strictly increasing. Well, which interval? This and this. So you have to combine these two and write union. You can write in between 3 infinity, that is here and here. Okay. Now if it is strictly increasing, okay, if it is increasing only given in the question, what you have to write is f is increasing in, you have to write minus infinity comma minus 2 closed union closed 3 infinity. Since f is continuous at those points, that is minus 2 and 3, you can write closed interval here. Okay, that will give you your increasing part. Now if the function is asked to be strictly decreasing, where it is strictly decreasing, then you have to write like in the open interval minus 2 comma 3. Now if the question was only decreasing, you will write f is decreasing in closed minus 2 comma 3 closed. Clear?